My name is Brian Beers. I'm the hatchery manager. Welcome to the Bank Fish Hatchery. The Bank Fish Hatchery is located in Craig County. It's a cold water hatchery. It's been operated by the Department of Wildlife Resources since 1985. The hatchery was originally started construction in 1959 by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. In 1960, it came into operation, and they operated it till 1985 when it was given to the Virginia Department of Wildlife Resources. At the hatchery, we raise brook, brown, and rainbow trout, and we've also recently started raising tiger trout, which is a hybrid between a brook and a brown trout. Approximately 90% of the brook trout stocked in Virginia end up starting out here. There's 5 full-time staff that work at the hatchery, and we usually have 1 part-time staff. From this station, we stock 10 different counties as part of our regular stocking program for the state of Virginia. And it's about 27 different waters, rivers, streams, some small ponds. Our stocking season goes from October through May. And we typically do 2 stocking runs a week, and then from June to September, we get into spawning season, with late June through early July being when we spawn our rainbow trout. And then late August through mid-September, we're spawning brook and brown trout at the same time. That's our busiest time spawning. So there's really 2 seasons, stocking and then spawning season. One of the interesting facts about the hatchery is we're still in a partnership with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service in something called the National Broodstock System. Broodstock is a word for basically the parents we keep to make other generations of fish. At 2 years old, they hit sexual maturity, which means we can actually get eggs and milk from them. At 2, 3, and 4 years old, we will take eggs from these fish. Those eggs are reared in an inside building till they hatch for approximately a month. They stay inside in troughs for approximately 3 to 5 months before they move outside. We keep a lot of great big fish here, and basically those are the parents for making generations of eggs. That gives us a reputation of stocking a lot of awful big fish because we have a lot of retired broodstock that get stocked. Because we're a spring water facility, we are tested twice a year, and our fish are technically grade A disease-free. So what we do is we raise all the eggs and fry we need for Virginia, and then any surplus eggs are shipped to other state and federal agencies. We're not an artesian well, but we're spring water, and that's why we stay disease-free. But we stay about 52 to 53 degrees all year long. That gives us an excellent growth cycle and advantage over other hatcheries. We grow brook trout extremely well here, which are difficult to grow in some of our other facilities. By me growing them up to a bigger size and transferring them then, it allows us to stock more brook trout throughout the state. When we move to the outside out here, we have essentially 40 raceways out here. Every raceway out here is filled to about the maximum capacity, and whether they're stocked by Bank or transferred somewhere else in Virginia, they all get used each season. You can tour the facility anytime. We're open 7 days a week. If you come in the summer, you might see spawning early in the morning on a weekday. And if you come in early spring, March and April, that's when we have our nicest stocking fish around, and you can look at it then. And in the fall, typically, there's 5 or 6 different school groups that will come up here. They're part of the Trout in the Classroom tour. Trout in the Classroom program, we do about 200 different schools out of here. We'll raise brook trout up and spawn them, and when we get to the eyed egg stage, they're shipped out to various points. Schools will have tanks, and we'll provide the feed and eggs, and they hatch and raise them in the classroom. Day to day, we're a working farm, so there's always something happening. It's take care of the fish, fix anything that's broken, make transfers. We do up to 40 transfers a year to the other DWR facilities. We basically are the cornerstone of the hatchery operation, raising all these other fish for other hatcheries.